Hello, everybody. If you're new to me, my name is Mpumike Mbonane. I am a purpose alignment strategist. That means I am the expert that professionals turn to when they are ready to pivot into fulfilling careers with more impact and more income, simply by aligning their purpose to their profession. And if you know me already, thank you for coming back. Today, what I want to talk about is essentially how to know that it's time to quit your job, or at least pivot into something else, whether it's moving into a different role, still within your organization or in another corporation, or starting a business, or whatever it is. How do you know? What are the signs that can tell you actually you have to make the pivot?
The next time you've got your events at your organization and they ask, who do you want to see? Or the keynote speaker, you say, let's do it together. Bumi, K, Mbonane, you're my crowd. My crowd. If you're looking for dance moves, I'll be your inspiration. Just follow along.
I'm going to make it very, very basic, very, very simple. You remember when you started school, whether this was crèche or grade 1 or whatever, how did they teach you to learn the alphabets? A, E, I, O, U. That's if, like me, you went to a crèche lokshin. But if you went to a Model C school, they said A, E, I, O, U. And that's fine. The essence is still the same. So because purpose is so fundamental, because it is so foundational, because it is at the core and the essence of who we are, I am going to give you the 5 A, E, or U's that are going to signal to you that it's time to leave your job or it's time to pivot. So A or A is ambition. Ambition to me, I can define as the desire to be and do better. So when we all start out working, we are so ambitious. We see ourselves changing the world. We see ourselves dismantling systems and practices and bringing in fresh and new ideas. We've got this ambition because we want better for ourselves. We want to do big things and better things. At the point where you lack ambition, that's the first signal or red light that needs to go on in your mind or in your brain to tell you maybe it's time to pivot. Because what ambition does, it helps you to see beyond where you are. So if you cannot even see farther than where you currently are or the role you're currently doing, that's dangerous. Because what will happen is you will stagnate. And when you stagnate, 5 years down the line, you look back and say, I'm still in the same role. I'm still in the same position. Look at my friends having progressed so much. But because they are ambitious about what they're doing, they see themselves 10 steps further. And I'm using steps because we're always taught about climbing the corporate ladder, right? When you don't even see yourself getting to the next step, or you don't even care to get to the next step, that is how you know that something needs to change. And maybe someone needs to change. And that someone might very well be you. E or A is excitement. Now, I know this may sound vain or frivolous, but let me tell you, there's no better feeling than waking up in the morning excited about what you're going to do. The excitement drives you, it fuels you, it makes you want to do what you have to do. But if you start waking up feeling like, what am I even doing? Where am I even going? What the hell is going on? Then maybe it's time you rethink your career, you rethink the work that you're doing, because that could be telling you something, right? And excitement is tied very much to passion. Whenever you see somebody doing something and they're not passionate about it, you can tell. You're able to pick up when somebody's doing something because it's mandated or because it's an obligation, versus somebody who comes on here and tells you about when you need to pivot your career. You can sense the passion, you can see the excitement, you can see the conviction. And so when you're not passionate, it means you've run out of fuel. And when you run out of fuel, when you run on empty, your car will stall, it'll stop. it won't keep moving. And that's how you end up damaging your career, because there isn't a drive, there isn't a fuel, there isn't an excitement. You need to have passion. You need to be excited for the work that you do. Otherwise, you won't enjoy it, number one, but everybody else that you're serving will feel that, we're driving on fumes here. You know, when paraffin, if you've ever used paraffin at home and there's load shedding or whatever long ago, you can smell when it's on its last drops, right? That's what happens. It reeks off of what you do. People can tell. Your boss can tell. Everybody around you can tell. You become toxic because you're just not excited and you're driving or you're moving on reserve. The I stands for innovation. Now, there's no prizes for guessing that the innovative people are the ones who really make it in life, right? When you hear about billionaires and people who are the world's richest man, the world's second richest man, what's common about all of them is innovation. Your Mark Zuckerberg, your Steve Jobs, innovation. Almost everyone who is a self-made billionaire or millionaire, although we know that they had a soft landing, but people who really make it are those who are innovative, because innovation is very much tied to creativity. And if there's one thing I can guarantee you now, is that value, and by value I mean money, value monetarily is attracted to value tangibly or intangibly. So when you stop being valuable, when you can't think creatively about ideas, you're not a person who is an out-of-the-box thinker. Your solutions are recycled. You got them somewhere. They're not innovative. They're not original. You're not authentic, you know? Maybe it's time for you to make the pivot or make the switch. Because let me tell you, when you're operating in your purpose, the inevitable is innovation. You see things that other people don't see. And by virtue of that, you can solve for things that other people could not even think to solve for, or in ways other people could not even think to compute or come up with. But because you are in your zone of genius, you are innovative, you are creative. And so if you're no longer feeling, actually innovation is not even a feeling, it's a fact. If you're no longer innovative, maybe it's time to move into something that will unleash the innovation in you. And the O, or the O, is opportunities. When you are no longer looking out for opportunities and you're not even attracting opportunities anymore, then you know it's time to leave. Because what opportunities do is that they allow you to get promoted. So if you're not on the hunt for opportunities, if you're not attracted to opportunities, if opportunities don't attract you, then maybe it's time to pack your bags or to brush up on your CV. Because here's the thing, stagnancy, and like when people see what's 3 years, 5 years, same role, same pay grade, same everything, what's going on? Nobody takes you seriously. Nobody thinks that you are a progressive person or somebody they can actually trust to move their organization forward. Because if you can't even move yourself forward, I can't trust you with the balance sheets. I can't trust you with the portfolio. I can't trust you with my clients. I can't trust you with anything. And the truth of the matter is, when you don't see opportunities anymore, when you don't reach for opportunities anymore, when you are no longer attractive to opportunities, meaning that if something comes up, you're not even top of mind, or nobody even thinks of sponsoring you or alerting you to whatever that opportunity is, then it's a good sign that maybe it's time for a pivot. And finally, the U. I think this one is my favorite, uniqueness. And by uniqueness, I'm really just talking about the thing that makes you stand out. Whenever I'm speaking, I normally say to people, I want to be synonymous to purpose and professional alignments. I want for you to be able to say a phrase or say something to someone and they're like, who are you listening to? Umbumi. And not because I'm repetitive or I'm always saying the same thing, but because the substance and the style and the reasoning has got my watermark on it. You haven't heard me, you haven't seen me, but because you've heard what has been said, you can already link it to me. And that's what I mean by uniqueness, right? They have to say, the quality here resembles only one person, and we can immediately think of you. This morning I went on to Instagram and I saw a post, but it was just words. And when I immediately saw the post, I thought, oh, this is my coach. This is Courtney. Because of the distinctiveness of her brand. I saw the colors, I saw the font, I saw the graphic, and I was like, this is definitely Courtney. And when I looked, it was really her. And so you want to have that thing that makes you stand apart. When you read Daniel 6 verse 3, it says, and this Daniel distinguished himself above all the satraps because an excellent spirit was found in him. That's what excellence does. It distinguishes you. People need to be able to tell that, that scent, that look, those words, that impact, it can only be whoever you are that's watching this. And so that's basically it. A, E, I, O, U. If you're not hitting the mark on any of these, which is ambition, excitement, innovation, opportunity, and uniqueness, you need to start making a pivot. When these things start tapering off, then you know that it's time to make a change. I honestly experienced a lot of these before I left my job because I was no longer ambitious. I didn't want to move beyond being a product development specialist. I couldn't care about being a manager. Like, I was done. I had no ambition for that role. But on the other side, when I'm doing my business, I'm just like, ooh, and the next thing we're going to do is this because I really just wanted to go big and go better, right? Excitement. Everybody knows, everyone who follows my content knows that whenever I've got a camera in front of me or a mic or whatever, I come alive. But when I was supposed to be there developing, I felt like screaming because I wasn't excited about it. And what is the I again? Innovation. I have my clients say to me, Mpumi, you've got a brilliant mind. How did you think of this? Oh my goodness, I wouldn't have connected these dots. I'm innovative in this space and I'm able to lend my innovation to my clients for them to think differently about their own careers or the things they need to do. Back at the ranch, none of that was happening. I was mainstream, honestly. I was run on the mill, nothing unique about what I was doing. I was not innovative. I had to always Google what are other countries doing because nothing in me could conjure up creative ideas for that role. Opportunity. Whether they came or not, I didn't know because I wasn't looking out for them. But as a speaker, my eyes are always peeled and wide open to where else can I speak? Who else can I impact? What organization can I go in with my training? And uniqueness, do I even have to talk about that? It's because you know when I've said something. You know that something has been thought of by me. There is a thing that tells you that I've been in the room or I've posted something or I've released something. You already know this. And so I want you to be so certain in what you're doing. I want all these things to be happening and being experienced by you and other people. And if they're not happening, if you're not unique, if you're not excited, if you're not ambitious, if you're not innovative, and if you're not seeking out opportunities or they're not even coming for you, it's time to make a change. I'm telling you to look out for these things because they could really be your saving grace. If you don't, you are unwittingly ruining your career. You're ruining your reputation because news spread. How you perform in one thing is going to reflect to other people and they're going to know that, Lorna, don't trust them because they don't do a good job. So just please be on the lookout for those things. They're 5, they're basic. You will remember them because I've made it easy for you. And then make your decision from there. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you on my next video. Cheers.